We are so beyond excited to be here with the writers of the Peanut Butter Falcon and our star, Zack. And of course, we have the GiGi in the house.
We also directed it. I just wanted to sort of say that we wrote and directed it as a team thing.
And we need to hear more about that, because what I love about what you guys did is when GiGi was born, I made a promise to her that I would change the way the world saw Down syndrome. And you guys meet Zack and you guys made a promise to him. And we want to hear more about that.
When I first met Zack, I immediately knew I loved him from a really deep space, a deep place. We were watching him do a performance in a short film in Venice, California, at a camp for people with and without disabilities. And it was one of those moments where we all three decided, Zack was like, I want to be in movies. I want to be a movie star. And Mike and I were like, we don't know how that would happen because there's not a lot of films representing people with disabilities or Down syndrome. And Zack was like, oh, well, let's just solve it. You guys can write and direct, and I'll star in it, and we'll do it as a team. And then we all were like, let's do it. Let's do this as a family and as a team, and let's go forth on this road together. And we made a promise to each other that we were going to all see it through. And that promise, admittedly, was in a lot of ways probably what held us together. Dare I say, was it almost a vow of I will never leave you and I will be with you always. And that promise is something I'm really grateful that we held on to with each other, because there were some really tough times and some real challenging moments to get through, and I'm really grateful that we stuck with each other.
I can't imagine. What was your biggest challenge? Because you guys bringing this to the big screen is huge. And I know you're late for a screening because these guys are popular guys here, but.
We told them, just so you know, we told them that we're going to push the screening like 5-10 minutes because we're excited to be here with you. So yes, we are late, but also they can wait. It's fine. This is GiGi's Playhouse, for God's sake. The biggest challenge is, Mike, do you want to speak to that?
Yeah, I guess Tyler and I didn't have agents or managers. We didn't really have any famous friends. So getting people to make the movie with us or read the script was really challenging. And I think with Zack, we decided to just kind of take control. So we went and shot a trailer ourselves with our producer, Dave, and our friend, Andrew. And that's really what opened the doors for us, was showing what Zack could do as a performer and showing what the world felt like.
How did you guys even get the idea for that story? I mean, the story is, it's an awesome story. And what I love about the story is your accurate portrayal of people with Down syndrome. When my son saw it, all he saw was the trailer that's all of not even 2 minutes. And he said, whoever wrote this story truly loved somebody with Down syndrome. So we really thought it, honestly, I thought it was going to be a sibling or somebody who had grown up and seen all this going on. But for you guys to meet somebody and then make a promise to him and then make it happen, that's a movie in and of itself.
I mean, Zack is just a really spectacular human being. I think his capacity to love is greater than most people that I've met. And when he meets people, I think he comes in with no walls up. He's just immediately to straight love. And we had the good fortune of spending time with him at Zeno Mountain Farms, the camp where we met him making a short film. And there were a bunch of people there with Down syndrome and Williams syndrome and cerebral palsy. And it was a really warm environment that we were blessed, without having a family member, to still be in close proximity to Zack and people with disabilities. And I think that really opened our hearts, and my heart, but I think Tyler as well.
What is your favorite part of the movie? I know when I was watching her watch it, her favorite part was when
I like it when Zack caught the fish.
You liked that part. And how did that happen? That was so beyond cool.
Well, this is how it went down. Zack put his head underwater and came up with a fish. It was no movie magic, no CGI. He just did it, and we were like, we should keep that because he did it. So that was
No way.
Yeah.
That was legit real?
He legit just ripped a fish out of the ocean like the most badass dude he is. Pass that high five to Zack.
Yes.
Pass that to Zack.
Pass it.
That's for me.
Wait a minute. And speaking of badass, I think that was GiGi's favorite part of the movie. Going, you know what? Because in our house, I mean, we've got older siblings and people swear, and I think there's a different, people think people with Down syndrome, they're not going to swear, they're not going to do it. They're people just like anybody else.
Yeah.
I loved when you were drinking, doing your thing, just being a man.
Like a normal human.
Yes.
One of my favorite parts of the movie, and he goes, holy I'll leave it. I don't want to spoil it, but I do
Oh.
like when he's like, "Holy!"
Yep.
It's really good.
You killed it, man. And I love my favorite part of the movie, and was when you were talking to the girl on, or not you, when
I just want to say how I can feel your
can't help it.
emotions. It's really beautiful, and I can feel you holding him back, and I'm like, release it,
No, but
release
when
it. I
you
can feel you trying to cry. Yeah, if you cry, I'll cry, man.
But
It's really
this is-
beautiful.
This was the most beautiful part when you were when he was being held underwater,
Yeah.
and they were talking about the R word.
Yeah.
And saying that she called him the R word, and she was like, put him back underwater. I have never called him the R word, and it was more like, no, but your actions have. The way you treat him has
Yeah.
caused him that. And I think the message is so clear, is so amazing for any family. Everybody needs to see this movie to truly understand
Mm-hmm.
what our kids go through. I mean, they wear their diagnosis on their face. This is everyday life. This is what they get.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys made it raw and real. And I have to say, when I saw the first time when that kid was gonna push him into the water
Yeah.
and was calling him that, like, I've seen stuff like that happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not,
It's a real hardship.
Yeah.
this happens all the time, and people still feel like, oh, the world's getting better. Yeah, it's getting better, but it's also getting worse.
Maybe, you know, that I don't want to know and you. I do think that the world is getting better, and I think that we're starting right here in this room. This is a really
Agreed.
beautiful space. I think what we're doing as a team is acknowledging that word, the R word, is something that is hurtful, and maybe we can drop it out of our lexicon, and that feels really nice. And I also like just punching that little jerk
Oh,
right
that
in the
was awesome.
nose. Yeah, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that. And that's admittedly, it was when we first started screening the movie, you know, it's an interesting thing because people don't know if they can laugh. That was you know, like, can you laugh with somebody that has Down syndrome? The answer is yes. We can all laugh together. Can Zack be
is
funny?
hilarious.
He's one of
Yeah.
the funniest people I've ever met. I love him. And also the moment where that kid gets basically his nose broken.
I love it.
The entire that's the moment in the early screenings where people were screaming because it felt
That's
so
awesome.
good that we're essentially punching the R word in the face.
I love it. Yep.
So that was our goal, and I'm glad that you felt that.
It felt so good, and it felt really good when you said, you know, not even using the R
Yeah, you don't
word,
have to use
but
it.
acting that way.
To use it, yeah.
And not, you know, and Gigi was like, why were they having him in that hospital? You know, she really wasn't able to understand at all. Why was Zack with all those old people? Because it's hard for them to even get, like, who would even think to put him there?
I mean, not everybody has a family like you, though. You know, it's different situations
No, I get it.
for individuals.
Well, it was absolutely amazing. Zack crushed it.
Yeah.
Killing it, brother. Representing for Down syndrome, baby. We were so proud of you, and I'm telling you, you got a huge fan in Gigi, and you got a huge fan in Gigi's Playhouse. I know you know that, and we can't wait to have you come visit us, and we're gonna be showing you around, brother. We're gonna be taking you around.
And thank you. I just want to say thank you. We really love Gigi's Playhouse. We're super big fans.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys.
And you know, something I want the people that are watching us to be aware of is, you know, you spoke about like one of the biggest challenges of this film, and something we don't talk a ton about, but I'm comfortable talking about here, was that when we tried to sell the film, like, we had the most amazing producers. Chris Lamole over at Armory came in and was like, I'm going to support this. I have family members, cousins with Down syndrome. Because when we were trying to get it made, people didn't want Zack to play Zack. They wanted an able-bodied actor to play the character.
Right.
That was a hard no for Mike and I. We were like, "There's absolutely no way we're going to do that. That's not the movie we're making. We just won't do it." So we thought, you know, we would make the movie and we would go out there and it would sell and it would be great. We won South by Southwest, and still people didn't want to buy the film because they didn't think you could market it with a hero that has a different ability, a Down syndrome hero. So right now, you know, we're going out in theaters on the 23rd, and it's sort of I don't want to say it's us versus anybody, because that's not true. But if this film doesn't do well, if people don't go see it, then realistically, I think we're missing a really big opportunity to show the world that heroes come in all shapes and sizes. And although we didn't make Spider-Man, we might have made something.
You made the Peanut Butter Butter Falcon, brother.
We might have made something equal to or better than, and different. And
Absolutely.
our superhero is Zack Sagan. And please go out and support us in theaters. It's a really big deal. We need the help and the push. And I also will tell you, not only do we need the help, but I do think it's a really beautiful film, and I think it's worth seeing. And I'm so proud of Zachary's. I was about to say Zachary got Sagan, but I'm so proud of your performance in this. There's a lot of people talking about it. We were just on stage at the Academy discussing his performance to 250 Academy members. I mean, people are really taking notice, and I think to go into a theater and see it on the big screen and see Zack as the hero he is really a special opportunity. So, please, the 23rd, please go out and support us.
It's the 23rd is when it's going to come out.
The 23rd is when it comes out nationwide.
Brother, we're going to fill those theaters. We're
I
going to do
believe
everything
you.
we possibly can.
Thank
Your
you so
Gigi's
much.
posse is behind you 150%.
Thank you.
And this is the beauty of this is like I said earlier, people with Down syndrome, they wear that diagnosis on their face. So a success for one of us is a success for all of us.
All
so
boats
thank
rise
you
with
for
high
helping
tide.
us be successful, man. You are really raising the bar, and so many people are watching you. So many people are watching you guys who took a chance.
Oh, all right, cool.
Who
Oh, you
took
made
that
me
chance
nervous.
and made it happen.
In my hotel room, I'm getting undressed tonight, and I'm like, what is going on? People are watching me?
They're watching
I
you.
know.
All right, we are going to kill it. You guys got a screening to do.
Thank you.
We are so blessed that you were here.
We're so blessed you're
we
here.
can't wait till the 23rd because we are going to blow up those theaters.
Thank you, Gigi's
Woo!
Playhouse. We love
Make
you
it
guys.
happen.
Super big supports, and we love you. So thank
Yay,
you.
Thank you.